All right, good evening, everyone. We're going to start off with the radar. It's a little active out there. Notice Destiny says it's a little windy over there. Crazy wind in Hamilton right now. Yeah, you got a thunderstorm right on top of you. Very heavy rain, and we continue to see some thunderstorms specifically out in the shoals right now. So this is a really good sign because we've been looking for an increase in the showers and thunderstorms. There's a front to the north. We haven't really talked about this front because meteorologically it's a cold front, but you're not really going to feel much of a difference. But it is going to bring an increase in the chance for showers and thunderstorms. So there's some good news there. So let's zoom on down here a little bit closer. You can see we just get to the north of Hamilton with a lot of lightning again. These are very small, compact, potent thunderstorms out there tonight, and they continue to develop. So we're probably going to see this round continue through Florence and on up Highway 43 up into Middle Tennessee. Unfortunately, we had a person struck by lightning up in, I believe it was Lawrence County, north of Lawrenceburg earlier this evening. Not unsure of their condition, but that was with a thunderstorm earlier today. And that's the challenge with some of these storms is they're so small, but the lightning goes outside of where it's raining. So it's a little deceiving. You think you're okay, it's not raining, I can go outside. And I don't know what the situation was with the person that was struck by lightning up in southern Tennessee tonight, or earlier this afternoon, I should say. But that's the biggest challenge is you may look at the radar and say, I need to get the yard mowed, and then lo and behold, there is lightning out there. So as we take a look a little bit closer, zoom in a little bit closer into the shoals, there's heavy rain on the northeast side of town, and this is all tracking to the west and southwest a bit. So that's the way everything's probably going to track tomorrow. In fact, the model guidance really showed a lot of this thunderstorm activity very similar to this tomorrow afternoon in the same areas. So some much needed rain in a few places. Other places still waiting for the rain out there. Hello, Don, checking in tonight. So Anderson, it's just starting to heat up between you and Lexington, and I think this area is just going to continue to expand, and some heavy rainfall, maybe an inch and a half of rain, wouldn't be out of the possibilities here. And I say that because these continue to develop past sunset, so I think we're starting to get that influence of these showers and storms. Quick update on Hurricane Aaron, then I'll get back to our weather. Next update will come out at 1 a.m. It looks like it's probably still a Category 2 storm, winds at 100 miles an hour, so it continues to weaken. But this wind field is rather large, and it also has a lot of wave action still there. So a lot of these big waves were produced when it reached Cat 5 strength over the weekend, and those waves are hard to stop, so they continue to propagate out from the center of the storm. The official track here has not changed. It's been pretty much locked solid, so it's been a really good forecast. Notice how narrow that cone is there too. Rock, chalk, Russ, and what we're looking at is a continuation of this moving out to sea. So it's way far away from the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos now, but as we focus back on our weather, you can see over northwest Alabama getting the benefit of this rain as it moves in. Nothing severe, isolated strong wind gusts, we're getting some of those out there. In fact, Destiny and Hamilton reporting that. But you see farther to the north near St. Louis, Cincinnati, that's where that front is, and it's pushing south. So it will enhance our rainfall tomorrow, and we may hit the mid-90s again ahead of all the rain, but I think we're looking pretty good. Here's the latest forecast guidance coming in. Burning Tree waiting for rain over there. Jack, that must have just missed you today. We had a heavy downpour, about 5-6 lightning strikes in Decatur today, and then it moved on, and that boundary continues to kind of push to the west. Tomorrow around noon, not much change, but the temperatures are not as hot. I was watching Tornado Warned on YouTube and I saw Brett's name pop up. Martin. We're not looking at any tornado warnings out there tonight, that's for sure. As far as the weather continues, we will be watching the showers and storms fire up tomorrow. Notice the trend here. It's developing in northeast Alabama into the metro area and then out to the west, and we'll continue to watch that trend as everything tracks slowly to the south on into the late night hours. And, just continue to see better coverage here around 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Just to our west a few miles. Yeah, so again, more showers, more thunderstorms into tomorrow evening as the front slowly moves in. Not much wind here. In fact, you see a calm wind there, And that basically shows you what's going on with the winds. We've got 3-day forecast up here. We're looking at a 50% chance of showers and storms tomorrow, probably the best chance we've had since last weekend, and then a slight break here Thursday. But notice the temperatures. We do get a break temperature-wise. We get back to normal. And as we get into Friday, I think we're going to see an increase. There's another front coming in as we get into the weekend. And we're going to talk about the cool down behind all of this coming up in just a few minutes. In 1 minute, in fact, that's how long this break runs. So we're going to start the break. I'll see you in a minute. Once again, the 3-day forecast, not looking too bad. It's hot again tomorrow. You know, today wasn't too bad, really. I mean, we had that heat advisory. Again, both days didn't verify in most areas, and that's kind of been the case all summer. We've had the drier air mix in a little bit, kept the thunderstorms a little isolated. The heat index was around 100 to 101 to maybe 104 in some spots today. But as we go down the road, the humidity will be higher. But here's what we're looking at next week. This is your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe a little bit later than that. But I will tell you that tropical, deep tropical moisture, the humidity, it will come surging back at some point Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of the following week and into the weekend. But this is what we're looking at, fairly consistent with the model guidance. And even the AI model guidance, the European AI, artificial intelligence, has done a really good job so far this year. But it's also coming in with some cooler numbers. Don't be surprised if it gets a little cooler, but I don't want to get anyone's expectations higher than what they are. We're going to go highs in the low 80s. Could see some mid and upper 70s in a few areas if we play our cards right. The tricky part is, unlike the last cool down we had a lot of clouds with that. We had some rain with that. This is going to be a mostly clear sky, drier air, and you're really going to notice the difference in the evenings and the morning hours. Low temperatures, upper 50s. I think that's probably as low as they go, although the dew point temperatures may be in the 40s, and that's going to be really refreshing. I don't want to say I hate the hot weather. The thing I don't like about the hot weather is having to get in my suit. I don't like suits in general. I don't like dressing up all the time, but being in a wool suit in the middle of summer when the heat index is 100 plus, I don't really like that. I can work in the heat. I can work in the heat a lot more than I can in the cold. In the cold is when your fingers get all numb and you just can't feel everything. In the summer, you just got to worry about changing your outfit and staying hydrated. I think I go through 3 outfits every day when I'm out working in the garage. But hey, breaking news on the garage. I should have electricity by the end of the week, all plugged in, just waiting on that breaker to come in the mail. Ordered my new TV, so we're going to be set to go for the first week of football, I think. Here's your 10-day forecast. I am so looking forward to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. The only thing I don't like is that, I got to work evenings. I got to be back here by 9:30 for the 48 weather extra, and I don't get to have one of those patio fires, and that's what I really like. Sunday might be all right for a patio fire because Sunday will kind of be the beginning of this, but man, this is that really great camping weather coming our way, beginning Sunday evening, lasting all the way through probably Thursday. I can't guarantee next Friday. I know high school football this Friday, probably going to have some delays, lightning delays, maybe heat timeouts, of course. They usually have that the first few weeks. But next week, we'll see. I think it's a big tease. If you got a Thursday game next week, chances are a little better for cooler weather. But after that humidity is going to come right back. So again, if you're new to the area and you're thinking, we don't get that one fall cold front that comes through and breaks the cycle, we get multiple fronts that eventually trend cooler, and each one that comes down is cooler. The good news is we're getting these fairly early in the season, so it's possible we're going to have an early fall. I would say we're at least going to have fall arrive on time. So the first day of fall will probably feel like fall, and it's possible it could be cooler than that. So I think we're going to see a pretty good shift just in time for that. But again, thanks for tuning in. 9:30. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, same time. And don't forget to follow my Facebook page. I got a few of them out there. We got Northeast Alabama. We got Northwest Alabama. We got my regular page. We got the WFF page. And again, you can find us on YouTube as well. And we thank you for joining on YouTube. Let me see how many we got over here. Our YouTube audience is growing. We got 22 viewers on there. But the thing I like about YouTube is you kind of get the full screen of this. That's the challenge. I had a presentation I was talking today. The challenge, and this is the challenge here, is a lot of you are watching your phone in your vertical video. And this is why YouTube is probably the best way to watch this format, the 16:9. So again, when we get, and that's the challenge, we almost need a way to broadcast this 16:9 and have the software to cut it. I know TikTok's got software, but that's after the fact that could turn a 16:9 video into the vertical video. So we need some smart software engineers to be able to figure out how we can do that simultaneously from the fixed camera here. That'd be great. That's the future. I'll see you guys later. Yes, come on fall. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, we also have 10 o'clock newscast too. See you then.